These Clark County gardeners volunteered to share about how they've incorporated natural gardening techniques. Their yards are free of synthetic chemicals, promoting the health of humans, waterways, and wildlife. Join us on a tour of some of the most beautiful natural gardens in Clark County.
Gardening grounds me. It brings me joy in small things, recognizing a plant, seeing a new plant bloom, recognizing that I'm doing what I can to be a part of making the planet a healthy place. Hi, I'm Patty Page. We're here in Hazeldale, Washington, and this is my garden, Plantangle. Welcome to my garden. I use natural gardening techniques for pest control because I do not use pesticides. I use hand pulling of weeds because I don't use chemicals on weeds. I use drought-tolerant plants as much as possible. In fact, my general rule is if it's not going to feed me something, don't give it water. Let nature water it. This is the first part of our rainwater diversion system, a rain barrel here. There's a second one in the courtyard. Each of them is equipped with 2 hose bibs and 1 overflow. The overflows, when the water gets all the way to the top, will run through hose and down into the rain garden that's lower than the courtyard. This hose bib I have connected to a hose that runs by gravity feed up to a rhododendron garden right in front of the house. It's a place that needs supplemental water, and the second hose bib here I can open and it will fill up a watering can. This is one of the disconnected downspouts that is an alternative way to handle stormwater runoff. The downspout is right where it always was, coming from the gutters, but now instead of feeding into a tube that ran to the street, it runs into a drain pipe that makes a semicircle here of a dry creek bed and waters this area. This part of the garden I call the St. Francis Garden because of St. Francis, but it's also why I named my whole garden Plantangle. We moved into the house 5 years ago, and I started taking stuff out and replacing it, but also leaving a lot of stuff in to see what was going to happen. As it turns out, the couple of creeping raspberries have taken over the place, but I have also a whole field of volunteer strawberries up there that I did not plant. The advice I'd give to someone starting a garden are make the decision not to use toxics, and then to think of your yard in terms of modules so that you don't get overwhelmed trying to do the whole thing at once, and to understand that little areas can stand alone.
How will you implement natural gardening techniques in your yard? For inspiration, please visit www.clarkgreenneighbors.org/garden tour.